Hello, living in Boulder vlog for the 30th of April 2014. It's like 11:50 at night right now. I got up at like 11 o'clock this morning, I think. Kind of slept in. And then had my regular breakfast, and then worked. And then, working on my page. And then it's getting more and more complicated every day. I'm working on the bike racer level page. I've originally, it's getting so fucking big. I originally started with the strength to weight ratio. Then I found this other page that had like where you could class like all these different kinds of bicycles and tells you how fast they go. And then I plugged in all these different time trials. Oh yeah, and then like strength to weight ratio, like the heavier you are, the faster you are. So it does not, there's all these different like variables and stuff. Oh, and then of course, as you get weaker as time goes on, so that to like make a chart that like incorporates all that. I mean, that's just interesting to see if that's possible. Yeah, so that's what I was doing today. Smoking my hashish all day long. Yeah, because I was originally thinking maybe I would like, wake up and do like talking videos, like request talking videos before I get stoned, but that's not possible because I actually smoke weed before I wake up. Like I smoke weed all through the night, and because I wake up and it kind of relaxes me and puts me back to sleep, and then I smoke weed when I get up, And it's not, but people think, oh, you're showing up at work stoned, but people need to understand that when you're smoking all the time, you get desensitized to it, and you're not really high. So you can smoke a few hits, 3 or 4 hits or whatever in the morning, and then when you first wake up, and then when you're at work 2 hours later, you're practically sober. You're pretty much the same. So, yeah. But that's not the reason that I didn't do videos today. It was also because I was just working all day long solidly, just because, like I just cut and paste and so I'm cut and paste one thing, and then when I'm like, it's done with that particular thing, and it's time to switch gears and do something else. Usually, or a lot of times you have to like think differently. Now you have to think and like take a step back and look at everything. But if you go from like one stage to the next without having to do any thinking because it's all total brain candy, then that's not really a stopping point, and I just keep going, and I can't stop and like drag myself away and like do a video or whatever. Oh man, what was I gonna say? Anyways, whatever. So, yeah, I was doing well today. It was fun. I love it. I love it when I'm just sitting there all day long, just because I'm building something. It's not too big, It's not something that I'll be working on forever. I can actually see the results. I think by the end of the year I can have my website like done with all the stuff I started. But oh man, I keep thinking what I'm gonna say. I'm like, oh yeah, and then the next thing I'm gonna say is, but then I totally forget. Maybe I'm smoking too much weed. Oh yeah, I can't. If you keep talking, the thought always comes back though, so it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, so I was watching YouTube today, and when I'm working, normally all this cutting and pasting is total brain candy, and I can listen to something on top of it. But now when I'm smoking so much, like it's kind of like taking up too many brain cells, and so cutting and pasting and all that, and being high is enough. Like cutting and pasting and being high, and then understanding what I'm listening to is a little bit too much. Yeah, I understand a lot less, but whatever. Before they legalized, before it enacted, I was like, 2014 is gonna be all that. Smoking a shitload of weed for me, but I was listening to the Young Turks today. Oh, and then I got into Jesse Ventura. You should check out Jesse Ventura's new channel. he's interviewing all these people and like doing book reviews and talking about stuff. Like he's hardcore. He's like taking it seriously. It's pretty cool. And he's got a cool style, like he did an Obamacare, and they were actually explaining how the insurance companies like are fighting against it and how they try to make money. They can make money off of going against and all this like political bullshit they do. I didn't really understand it that much because I think it was too high. I would have listened to it again. And I guess the Twin Towers got vaporized. They got pulverized. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Yeah, there was all this dust everywhere, and there was no pile of rubble. And then all the other, like 7 buildings went down. The other building went down like that afternoon, and it only went down like 7 seconds. And so Justin Ventura was saying that the Star Wars, we actually did spend billions of dollars on Star Wars. It wasn't like some fantasy that Ronald Reagan had. They actually worked on it and then they abandoned it after billions of dollars later. So he was thinking maybe it was something to do with Star Wars, or maybe it's has something to do with HARP, because people saw a big tornado, a big hurricane off the course of New York that was heading towards New York the days leading up to 9/11, and then that day there was a hurricane. So they were like honing it in, and then or maybe they shoot it off of they get like the fountain of power or whatever, and then they can shoot it off of that, and somehow they pinpointed it right onto the buildings. I don't know, but oh yeah, some other weird stuff like cars 56 blocks away were melted, but only certain parts of them were melted. One dude was in one, and they were like thrown on their roofs. They floated up and landed on the roof. Anyways, wacky stuff. I guess it's too far out there stuff for that of truth or stuff. Anyway. I'm gonna watch like every single one of Justin Ventura's videos. I watch every single one of Young Turks. I'm gonna watch every single one of Young Turks and Justin Ventura's videos. But anyways, yeah. So what did I eat? I got a Stouffer's lasagna yesterday when I come from work, and then today I had I had too many burritos. I bought a bunch of burritos the other day, and oh my god, I got kind of stomachache. I need to get back on the healthy diet of rice and canned vegetables. Okay, so anyways, that's my vlog for the day. I'm really excited for tomorrow. All the cutting and pasting I can do. Oh my god. I cannot. Yeah, I'm on fire. This is awesome. I'm like, it's all creating. It's like, give me one more month, what will it look like? That's part of the excitement of making website stuff, is because you're just wondering like, what will it turn into, Because you build what you make, and then you're like, and then you get to the saturation point or whatever, of how far you can envision it. And then you take a step back, and smoking weed helps a lot. And you go, and then all of a sudden you go, oh my God, yeah, that. Then you go, and then it just grows, and you're like, and then as it gets bigger and you do more, you can work faster and you can accomplish more, Because like today I was doing like calculator stuff. And I was listening to Justin Ventura, and I was just here typing the whole time. Like I can sit and just type all day long. Like I'm honing my skills of just sitting there and like working, without having to break and stuff. But the weed helps. See, people, I need to do a video about this, but people, weed sucks all of your motivation away. Well, what it does is it actually gives you too much motivation, which gives the illusion of people from afar that it sucks all your motivation away, because people have so much motivation just to do one thing, and they're not doing anything else, and they're going, oh my God, you have no motivation to do anything else. And it's like, well, it's because they have too much motivation to do what they're doing. Like me, I can't. It's like, I can't get the motivation to make YouTube videos, like the request videos, or to ride my bike or whatever. Well, that's because I have too much motivation working on my website. I can't drag myself away from it. Or maybe that's the same thing with people who smoke weed, or like play video games. They're just so into it. They're like, oh my God. So it's like, what? Why are you going to get pissed off at somebody for being really into something? You jealous or something? Being really into something is good. That's what creates. That's what, develops is passion. Let people's passion to grow. Let the roots grow. Let the plants grow. Let the weed grow. Okay, peace out.